The U.S. government is getting some criticism in the race to respond to this crisis. The CDC is accused of botching the initial rollout of testing kits and not getting more Americans tested for the coronavirus sooner. Ben Tracy is at the White House, where President Trump is saying not to worry. Ben, good morning. This would be a challenge for any leader. What is the president's next step?
Well, the president was supposed to visit the CDC in Atlanta today, but he has now canceled that trip. He is expected to sign that $8 billion emergency spending bill. That will help fund an eventual vaccine and more testing. But there are still a lot of questions just about how many tests are available and who can actually get tested.
Everybody has to be calm. It's all going to work out.
On Fox News Thursday night, President Trump once again downplayed the threat of coronavirus and complimented his administration's response.
I think people are viewing us as having done a very good job.
But Congress is already investigating the slow rollout of coronavirus testing kits that are just now reaching labs across the country. In Minnesota Thursday, while visiting a company that makes protective face masks, the vice president acknowledged a shortfall in the number of kits available.
We don't have enough tests today to meet what we anticipate will be the demand going forward.
On Wednesday, Pence made this estimate.
Roughly 1.5 million tests that will be available this week.
Yesterday, Health and Human Services Secretary Alex Azar explained that each person needs more than one test.
By the end of the week, we believe we'll have shipped enough for 75,000 people to be tested.
Azar added that a private company would be able to provide material for another 400,000 people to be tested. So this week, roughly less than 500,000 people could actually be tested. The mixed messaging has frustrated lawmakers like Patty Murray from Washington State, which has been fighting the deadliest outbreaks of the virus in the U.S.
I am deeply concerned that I do not have the trust in this administration right now.
The state's governor, Jay Inslee, has been fiercely critical of President Trump's handling of the virus response, but he sounded hopeful after a meeting with the vice president.
I want to focus today on the work we need to do in a partnership. And I can tell you that I think that this is a good partnership moving forward.
The White House is pushing back on reports that Health and Human Services Secretary Alex Azar has been sidelined. He's been criticized for the slow initial response to the virus. He was noticeably absent during the vice president's trip yesterday and a briefing here at the White House earlier this week. Anthony.
All right, Ben, thank you.